is so huge and it's so crazy that it's literally the second most common language spoken on this side of the ocean, and so many Americans can't even understand what these people are saying. Basic stuff. Like I was like, man, I need to like get my Spanish game up. Then third, I started thinking, how would my life be if I was completely fluent and I could live in a Spanish nation? I could live in a place where Spanish was the spoken language and I could communicate effectively. Like how much more I would be able to enjoy traveling or living abroad. And that's another thing. Traveling to these places made me want to spend more time overseas. Like, of course, the cost of living compared to the U.S. is for an American is a little bit, cheaper. So a lot of Americans, we're kind of taught that you don't really. It's good to know another language, but it's not necessary. But I would say that things have changed because of immigration and so many people traveling to the United States. I'm gonna have to put my jacket on, guys. I'm feeling kind of chilly. One second. Yo, yo necesito my chaqueto. Shoot, I feel frío. Shit. Woo! So, that feels much better. Woo! Bien. So, so that's really it. And when I was in Colombia, since I was immersed in it, it was all around me. I really started picking up the language in like the first like 2 weeks of me being there, and I could ask Gino, a native speaker who spoke English as well, and ask him like, "Hey, how do you say this? How do you say this?" And from experiences like that is how I started learning Spanish. Fast forward a year or two later, I went to Puerto Rico. Now, yeah, it's a United States territory, guys. Because every time I say this, people always comment on my videos or tell me in person, yeah, but Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. I really want to thank you because she was so patient with me when I would speak just horrible dialect, horrible sentence structure, couldn't get my words out, it didn't even sound intelligible. I remember I was in Colombia and I didn't even know how to say "Me llamo Brian, soy del Estados Unidos." That's how bad my Spanish was. I couldn't even say my name is Brian and I'm from the United States. When I think about how, I don't even know how I was able to even um like do that. Like I was in Colombia, can't speak any Spanish. The only thing I could say a few things. This video is about how I am learning slash learned Spanish in the streets and not in a classroom. Uh, I learned my journey of learning Spanish, I guess, started in the classroom, but most of my real world experience and knowledge of speaking Spanish, the Spanish that I do know, I'm not fluent, but I understand enough of Spanish and I could speak enough of it to where I'm on my way to being intermediate. I'm tracking my progress live, like right now, but estoy aprendiendo español en la calle, no en clase. I learned Spanish like really in the street, like literally like try. Por favor, por favor, muchos gracias. Gracias por, de nada, de nada. Con permiso, con permiso. Perdón, perdón. Lo siento, lo siento. Está bien, está bien. De acuerdo, de acuerdo. No te preocupes, No te preocupes. No hay de qué. No hay de qué. ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? Yo no sé. Yo no sé. ¿Habla inglés? ¿Habla inglés? Hable lentamente, por favor. Hable lentamente, por favor. Yo no hablo español. Yo no hablo español. Por primera vez. Por primera vez. Por última vez. Por última vez. Otra vez. Otra vez. Otra vez. Otra vez más. Otra vez más. Por ejemplo. Por ejemplo. Por ejemplo. Por ejemplo. Por ejemplo. Estoy estudiando español por la primera vez. Estoy estudiando español por la primera vez. Por favor, escuche atentamente. Por favor, escuche atentamente. Voy a repetirlo por la última vez. Voy a repetirlo por la última primera vez. Vamos a repasar la lección otra vez más. Vamos a repasar la lección otra vez más. Las ciudades en España son espectaculares y vale la pena visitarlas. Por ejemplo, Madrid y Barcelona. Las ciudades en España son espectaculares y vale la pena visitarlas. Por ejemplo, Madrid y Barcelona. No entiendo. ¿Puedes repetir? No entiendo. ¿Puedes repetir? Sí, claro. Sí, claro. ¿Dónde? ¿De dónde es usted? ¿De dónde es usted? Es bueno. Es bueno. Es mejor. Es mejor. Es fenomenal. Es fenomenal. Malo. Es malo. Es peor. Es peor. Es terrible. Es terrible. Es terrible. Es terrible. Es interesante. Es interesante. Es curioso. Es curioso. Es extraño. Es extraño. ¿Cómo se llama usted? ¿Cómo se llama usted? Me llamo Brian. Me llamo Brian. Mi nombre es Brian. Mi nombre es Brian. ¿Dónde vives? ¿Dónde vives? Hola. Hola. Buenos días. Buenos días. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué tal? No mucho. No mucho. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Hola. It's time for another lesson. So, we're going to talk about sir versus estar. Okay. Sir means to be. But when we use sir, we're talking about permanent states. So when we talk about sir, we're usually going to use it to say something that doesn't change. When we say a star, we're going to talk about things that change. So for example, if I am describing someone saying that they are alto, tall, flaco, skinny, or intelligent or intelligente, then you will use sir. On the other hand, a star is used for temporary states. You use it to talk about location, health, emotions, or any condition that is only temporary. If you want to say that you are enfermo, sick, cansado, tired, or perdido, lost, you will use estar because you don't expect to be sick, tired, or lost forever. I understand that it may be a little bit hard to wrap your brain around two different verbs for to be at the beginning, but the more you practice, the easier it will get. So let's check out how to conjugate a star in the present tense. So we're going to start with a star in the present tense and conjugating a star. So we're going to use a pronoun plus a star. Yo estoy. I am. Tú estás. You are. Usted está. You are formal. Él está. He is. Ella está. She is. Repite conmigo. Yo estoy. I am. Tú estás. You are. Usted está. You are formal. Él está. He is. Ella está. She is. Plural forms of a star. I'm going to say the pronoun plus a star. Nosotros estamos. We are. Masculine. Nosotras estamos. We are. Fem. Vosotras estáis. You are. Plural. Vosotras estáis. You are. Fem. Plural. Ustedes están. You are. Plural. Ellos están. They are. Ellas están. They are. Está versus está. The accents on these verb forms are quite important. While está can mean you are, he is, or she is, esta means this, as in esta cosa, this thing. The accent mark helps these two words to look different, but it also shows that in está, the stress falls on the end of the word.